Welcome. This is a recording of adults playing or talking about tabletop games. This means that adult language and/or themes may occur within that could be seen as inappropriate for younger audiences. Thank you. Okay, so all of you have been recently captured by the Templar Order, and after a day-ish, you have been brought to the JFK station slash University of Massachusetts station. And as you come in front of the gates, you hear this voice of the female that seems to be in charge. And you hear it say, "I am Mary, commander of the Templar Order. Open the gates, and we shall enter." And you hear the koo-koom, koo-koom, koo-koom. And then the gears shift, and the doors open to a busily bustling, there is the words I'm looking for, busily bustling cosmopolitan area behind.
What's the ABV on that red ale there, John?
6.4. This is the ninth one I've had tonight.
Okay, maybe.
Don't worry, Nate, you're gonna get a couple of these in the mail. Fuck you.
I'm excited.
Dude, they're tasty as shit. They taste like apple cider, but like not as nearly as sweet. It's like a fully alcoholic apple cider.
That sounds good.
Oh, it's so good. Anyways, you guys proceed in, and at this point, you've never been to the capital, any of you, of any of the capitals. There's 3 capitals in the human world underground, and this is one of them. How old were all of you? Roland, you were in your early 20s during the apocalypse, right?
No, I'm
teens.
Early 40s. Right, I'm 41 years old right now.
So
13 years ago, I was in my 30s.
Okay,
no,
so you're
late
early
20s.
30s.
Yeah,
And the rest of you all...
And...
Okay, but Ren and Zeke, you were adolescent to pre-adolescent. Zeke was like 6. Ren, you were like 12 or 13. Flowers, you were pretty old. You were like early 20s.
Yep.
He had to have been at least mid-20s if he was in the SWAT.
Yeah, he was in SWAT. But he was early SWAT. He still had a nickname and everything. Hadn't gone through too many proportions. So Roland and Flowers, you guys, you feel this a lot more than most people. This is cosmopolitan city humanity right here. There's actually buildings, multiple layered story buildings within this cosmopolitan area. You can see that like the area in certain parts seems to be like there seems to be caves where it goes down to like make for a new level, and also like holes above that make for another level. So you're getting like these like 2-story and 3-story buildings periodically caved in throughout this location, creating this very complex, misunderstood area to traverse between it. And as the Templars are weaving you in between, you're not really sure where the fuck you're going through this area, but you get that sense of almost like this is how humanity should be. And you get this warmth. Yes. Roland.
Anybody read Discworld?
No.
Some of them.
So, you know, like Ankh-Morpork, Zeke? That's kind of what I'm picturing. Like this big, like seedy, nasty, like just sprawl of humanity.
Yeah.
I haven't read the book, but I agree with the seedy humanity mix mash. But
Okay.
there is always order. You all can see that while this definitely seems to be extremely chaotic, there are always Templars marching and moving between the districts and locations. And as you kind of tip over to look into an indent, I don't know about any of that. As you look over to see an indent where like a building would have been built from a previous lower location upward, there are Templars in those areas or marching around those areas. So, well, it seems to be a little bit mismatched. It absolutely seems to hold to a structure of some sort. That there is a group and a government of some style. Whether it's militaristic or not, you're not sure, but there seems to be people maintaining the location in some way. Okay, so yeah, as Steven said, the metaphor broke down a little bit from that. But yes, I from what I understand, I haven't read the novel, but it seems like that style, but there seems to be an order. My idea for it all, so you guys understand, is it's kind of like a Coruscant kind of feel, where like there's like it's kind of dirty and industrial beyond belief, but there's still
But the
order.
Jedi are still there.
Right,
Yeah.
the Jedi are still there, and we're not talking like lower Coruscant. Like we're not talking like where it gets like deep dark, but like middle to upper Coruscant kind of feel to it. So you guys fully get it, and you're progressed forward, and as you walk forward, you reach a classic building, and it's actually built like the Boston City Hall in structure. It almost looks identical. That classic like White House feel, but with the Boston, pillars and the gold roofing leaf kind of feel. And you're all marched inside. And you go through a checkpoint or two, and then you're marched inside of a courthouse. And in front of you is this industrial, very there's not a lot of like marble or anything like that. It tends to be concrete and steel in nature. While fancy, that's really the extent of the building. And the four of you are marched forward, and you see a jury of elderly looking gentlemen.
Yeah, I'm super dead.
I'd like to wave.
Okay, so you wave as best you can over the back of behind your back as best you can. You kind of do one of these like flipper movements with your handcuffs, and you hear the person that has identified herself as Mary, and says, "I, Mary, commander of the Templars, bring these four in front of the trial of the Templars for possible understanding or trial against South Station."
Against South Station?
Wait, so they're putting us on trial for what they think we did to the place we were just at?
That's what it sounds
Oh,
Is that what they
yeah.
said? That's why I was like, what the fuck was going on?
Well, that's good. That's an easy rap to beat, because we had nothing to do with that, so...
Mhm.
I thought they were charging us for working with the Earl King, which we would kind of not have a whole lot of defense against.
like. You hear a voice from the panel. It goes, "Stay a while and listen."
My God. Are you serious?
That was not a good Deckard Cain impression. I'm sorry.
I'm
Also,
terrible
that
at it,
was-
bro. I tried for like a week to get that shit. I'm terrible at it. But we're gonna continue.
You gotta be lower, man.
Stay a while and listen. But it ain't gonna happen.
I was a little better.
We'll run with that one. And you hear another voice go, "Identify yourselves. I see 2 Templars amongst you. Do you truly belong to the Templar Order?"
I don't.
You want us to answer?
He's talking about us?
He's looking specifically at Ren and Roland. Any of you can answer.
Listen, I'm not a Templar.
I would like to think I am.
I mean, yeah, that's how I've survived. That's how I found my meaning since all this shit went down.
So you hear Zeke go, no, I'm not, and you hear Ren go, I think I'm not, and Roland goes,
No, I
well,
said I think I am.
oh, you go, I think I am, and you hear Roland go, well, yeah, that's how I've survived this long, and then like you can feel the 7 people of the judgeship in front of you, and Flowers, you're familiar with the judicial structure of old America during this time, and normally it'd be 1 judge, but in front of you are 7.
America.
And you can see some of the people that came from the voices. You see the one that it's a grizzled old man with a long beard, shaved or possibly balding head that was originally the one that addressed you all. And then you see a very tight-knit black and grayed-haired man, straightforward bangs slightly to the side, chopping off so he doesn't cover his eyes, and a grizzled mustache and gray beard that seems to be sitting in the center staring at you, looking
I would
at
like to
you.
compliment.
Yes, Zeke.
I'd like to compliment the man on his facial hair.
Awesome. So how do you do that? Just because your character is a little bit altered since we last talked, like, how do you compliment him? Hey.
A.
It's like you, sir, have a beautiful beard / mustache or whatever you said he had.
Okay. And Flowers, how do you respond to the introduction and accusations of everyone?
I wasn't addressed, so I'm just gonna stay quiet.
So you just do you stare at him particularly, or do you like kind of do that blank over the heads of everyone in judicial office? Because these are basically like judges to you.
Yep, the second one. So the
The,
kind
like-
of blank stare
like-
over everybody.
Like the I address you all, but no one in particular kind of stare.
Yep.
And you feel the daring of it all as they all look into you, and then quickly the quiet shift as Zeke goes, "You, sir, I like your beard." You know, kind of like
Your beard is quite swell, sir.
fantastic. I'd almost go over it. But go gay over it.
Okay, go.
Gay go gay. Kind of thing. And they all kind of like briefly shift over to you and look forward. And they say, "What demands this trial of the 7?" And you hear the voice behind you. The voice of Mary, the commander of the Templars, and it goes, "I, Mary, demand an investigation of the 4 in front of you for the massacre and the homicide of all of South Station."
What?
I want to say, how does she think that we would be capable of this?
Yeah, that's where I'm at too.
You're
I
right.
believe
It's
it was
Leah.
first, too.
Pika, you are right. I fucked that up. It is Leah. I'm looking at the top of my
Okay.
list. It is Leah.
I was like, who is Mary?
It is Leah. That is completely my fault. It is Leah.
Can I give a little soliloquy?
Dig it. Lay it on me.
I just want to kind of shout out. Like,
I love
we
how
showed
he
up
leans
the same-
forward. Go
we
for
showed
it.
up at the same time they did. Like how, like also even if we were there before, how would we have taken out this entire base full of like trained soldiers? What do you think
Could've-
happened there? Like how
Had
badass
some
are we?
Demonic powers or something.
All right.
Then
We
why
don't
did,
even
why
have
did we
Biscuits.
let ourselves get taken?
You
Yeah.
see the old man lean forward, and you kind of hear a creaking in the chair, and you're not sure if it's the creaking of the chair or his bones. And you say, "Indeed. This is
I like the old
beyond
dude.
all of them,
Indubitably.
unless they are not human."
I mean, I'm
Last
sure
time I
there's some-
checked.
Yeah.
And
they
when he
totally
says
have some
that, you
magic.
hear this like de-arming and movement, and all of a sudden there are spears pointed over shields, in the room from multiple exits and entrances of the room. In a very aggressive posture, like they get into almost like a combat stance. It's not just like, oh, I'm pointing my gun at you. Like there are multiple soldiers leaning forward, Spartacan style.
Well, I'll say I'm definitely human.
I would like to make a quip, something relating to the fact that I am human, and you can ask the guy that grabbed my knife.
That's better.
Wow.
You see a shadowed figure
Prostate,
lean forward, and you can almost not see his face. And you hear him say, "For the record, I, Zacchaeus of the Inquisitors, agree with Cain's assessment."
Of the Inquisitors? Like, the Inquisitor journal we have? What the fuck?
And he leans back, and you see another figure lean forward. He's got a really thick handlebar mustache that goes down the sides of his face, down to the beard. Shaved, like the goatee area is shaved, the sideburns are shaved, very clean, but full mustache down, and then running down to like almost like this, like could be woven but isn't, bearding on the sides. He says, "I, Griswold, agree with this this assessment. They are forged in iron. 2 of them are our own. 1 of them is true, and the other one, probably a fucking musician."
I would like to take a bow.
I would like to say that adds up to 3. One of us is missing.
I thought he said 2. Did I say 3?
Because you said 2 of them are ours, 1 of them is true, 1 of them is...
Yeah, so 2 of them are true. Steven and Ren. Well, Roland and Ren. 1 of you is hardened, which is Flowers, and then 1 of them is a fucking musician.
LOLs! Get shit upon, Zeke.
I took a bow.
Yeah, and he bowed at that. So Zeke kind of tries to do like the hand flourish, but you realize that you're still handcuffed. So you just like, and you kind of like do like a head nod forward.
You do what you can.
At that point, you hear one of them. You hear the center one, a woman, go, "Who then defends and represents the 4 among you?" And at that point, you hear a whoom behind you. The doors bursting open, and you hear a gentleman go, "I do, Your Honor." And as you turn, you see Matt standing behind you in a white sling in still full battle armor.
Wait, Matthew?
Matthew. The Blood Dancer.
So did he Gandalf the Grey it?
I'm gonna be like, "Oh my god, you're alive!"
Yes, the Matthew Blood Dancer that you guys originally met in the original situation. However, this time you can see he's still got like blood dressings on, like half of his face is covered in bandages, his arms got slinged, but he's still wearing power armor. But like,
Oh, that asshole Abigail, she has this rosary too. Oh, I'm so mad at her.
but you can
Did
see
he
like
happen to fight a Balrog up like 2 or 3 mountains?
he ain't no Gandalf.
Okay. Alright.
But you can definitely tell, like, he walks in still wearing, like, the same battle fatigues that you all met him in. And immediately you feel the 7 people in front of you lean forward, and you hear the female in the center lean forward. She goes, "Matthew, you are supposed to be in bed. You should not be here. We will take care of this for you." And he goes, "Fuck that shit!" And he says, "You're questioning these three? And he goes, and that's Roland! Fuck you! You know Roland! And he kind of like waves his like one hand around, like super kind of pissed. The other one's still in a sling, and he's trying to lift it, but he kind of can't. So like the kind of cast is kind of like jerking back and forth a little bit. Oh, I'm in trouble. Yes.
Jack, you just gotta calm down. Oh my god.
Okay. Got it. Told you I was
Hashtag wrecked.
Are you just
Are-
being too loud or
I'm
something?
being a little too loud. There's
Should we
children.
should we be whispering the entire rest of the time then?
Nah, I'm just gonna keep going.
Just take one earphone off, and then you can hear yourself like how loud you're
That's
being.
basically what it is, so I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
And at that point, you all kind of like look forward, and Roland, you weren't always the like best of friends with Matthew at this point, but you know Matthew, like he's definitely. I mean, he was the head of North Station where you came from with Abigail at the time, and the rest of everyone knows Matthew, obviously. And the center person, Mary, goes, sit down. Sit
Leah.
down. Matthew, please sit on the defendant's side. And he kind of looks at her and he squints at her and he says, fine. And he moves over and he sits down next to you all on the left side. No, I mixed up the Leah and the Mary situation. So I'll get that sorted because that was my mistake. So Leah on the prosecuting side of the table. This is very classic American courthouse style, where the prosecutor is sitting on the right side, the defendant's sitting on the left side of the courtroom, and so Mary is up at front, Leah's on the right. You can see Kane and Griswold up on the 7. Zacchaeus is up on one of the 7, and Matthew is sitting amongst you all on the left-hand side of the chairs there. And there's a number of Templars making sure that in case anything goes wrong directly behind you, they're standing there waiting to kind of shut you down. And what do you guys say? Do you have anything to say during this entire thing? I mean, a lot's gone on in a quick amount of time.
I mean, I still don't understand what exactly we're being accused of.
I would like to nod my head at Matthew.
What's up, buddy?
What's up, bro? Thanks for
Hey.
not letting us get Shrek'd.
Okay. So, Matthew, he kind of pauses for a second. He looks over and he goes, Your Honor, as we all understand here, I know the 4 of these people here accused of the destruction and desolation of South Station. And while I can't say that they are completely innocent of such, that they should at least deserve a trial of Puritans to deserve and show that they are truly innocent within the Templars. And
Oh, is that like a trial by combat? Like, would Ren and I know what that is?
Ren and Roland, roll me a military intelligence check.
I don't have military, so just intelligence, right?
This is easy. This isn't too difficult. This isn't a trial by combat or anything like that, but it is a deeper understanding. It's basically a judgment of your moral guidance, where you
I'm cool with
believe
that.
yourself to be in the judgment of humanity, per se. Basically, you don't know the process of it. You've never had to go through it before. But the idea is that you get questioned as to where you believe humanity should be on the entirety.
I got no problem with it.
And quickly to the right of you, you hear Leah look over and go, "That's fine. I agree with that. However, I firmly believe in these trying times, especially with the situation of South Station, that any that fail should be immediately put to death."
That's a little extreme.
I very much do not like dying.
Do the
I'm
two
gonna
of
go
you
with
voice that
not
in
death.
character? Is this an
Yes.
in-character thing?
Yes.
Okay. Flowers, you do that in character?
I mean, it does
Yeah,
feel pretty
but-
damn extreme for us.
Feels a little extreme, but I'm gonna say that to Matthew, not the
Do
seven
you
people
kinda,
that
like,
control my
tilt
fate.
over and you're like, "Hey Matthew, that seems
Yeah,
a
like
little
when you're
fucked
talking
up."
to your lawyer in court, you like, "Hey, yo, dog, I need to whisper something, but I don't want everybody else to hear."
Right,
that type
right.
of thing.
Hey, yo, dog.
Matthew kind of looks over and he touches your shoulder. And I need you to roll me a faith check.
Me.
Yes, you.
What does that fall under?
That's
Willpower?
a wisdom check. Willpower.
Or, yeah,
Looks
the
like-
bottom one.
Hit before triple one.
Don't you dare wish that upon me.
No, I wasn't.
He touches
See, you didn't get a triple.
And when he touches you, in front of the entire courtroom, you see his hand glow white when he does so. And you see for just a split second a flash of darkness. And then the darkness disappear and the white seems to almost like flow into you. And he kind of looks at when he does that and he goes, "Don't worry, Flowers. That's all they needed to see."
I mean, as long as nobody checks out Biscuits, I think we're all gonna pass.
Oh fuck my hand, it's on fire!
And he kind of looks over at Ren and Flowers and he says, "You'll pass. Are you okay with this?"
If you have confidence in me, I'll be okay, then fuck it, might as well.
And he reaches across and he says, "Ren." And before he touches you, he says, "Are you okay with this?" And he's levitating
Well-
his hand like 3 to 4 inches off you.
He's not even touching me?
He
Wow,
hasn't touched
okay.
you yet.
Well, I don't think I have much of a choice, do I? That's my response.
He says, "All right." And he pulls his hand away. And he stands up at that point and looks down at the four of you and he says, "Your Honor, all, we agree
Speak
upon
up.
these terms. If any of my clients fail, they are viewed to be traitors of humanity and they will die." And at that point, he slightly like tilts his head and swings his one hand outward to you all. And he says, and the seven, and particularly the older gentleman with the balding hair, he says, "Well, we will see you all tomorrow."
Dun dun dun.
And he nods his head, and the Templars behind you drag you away, pull you out of your seats lightly, not nearly as not like you're like criminals, but like kind of like, "Get up, let's go."
They still have all of our gear and stuff, right?
Yes, absolutely.
I would like to make a request for my saxophone.
Denied.
Nice try.
And they all shove you into separate cells for the day.
Why is everything so echoey?
I think that's you.
Nope, that's Pika.
Oh, it's Pika?
Am I echoing?
I think you are.
Si, senor.
How about now?
Si,
Testing.
senor, maybe? Yeah, a little bit.
How about now?
I think you're okay.
It's fixed for me, yeah.
Good now.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think I had my volume up just a bit too high then.
That's concerning for your ears.
Well, I couldn't.
You're in a no-win scenario. It's okay.
Oh, I know. Story of my life.
Okay, so quickly, because we had that conversation, the major characters. Oh, one more. That you encountered.
Oh, shit.
Will be up on your board.
Are there no ugly women in this universe?
Nope. Not of any command or power.
So, can I go here? Like, I know it's fucked up with aliens and shit, but this is sounding pretty good right now. Like, I'm not gonna lie. The 3 women on the screen are... Most of them could probably kill me in half a second, but they are attractive.
Also, that old dude could totally teach you some crazy shit.
Yeah, he could be my Yoda.
Everybody
Yeah, he's
was
gonna
kung
Miyagi the
fu
fuck out of you.
fighting.
Wait, who's the chick on the far left?
That is Mary, the commander of the Templars.
Is it Mary or Leah?
Leah is the one on the far right.
Okay.
She's the one with the
The
bangs.
one that arrested you with the bangs.
So Mary's the bitch that's trying to kill us, and Leah's
No.
being reasonable.
Leah is the one that wants to kill you. Mary is the one that sat on the center of the. Oh, hold on, because I have a million things going on. Mary is the one on the left that was the center of the Templar 7.
Okay.
And Lee is the one with the assault
Leah
rifle.
arrested us.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so
Leah arrested us,
So
brought us
Mary
to
is the Templar commander. She's the one on the left. She seems very innocent in looks and features.
So she's really a badass.
The one on the right, however, is Leah, captain of the guard of the Templars. The gentleman to the south is the slightly hooded figure, Zacchaeus, who's the master inquisitor. The gentleman with the weird googly eye head was the gruff gentleman which is the one that was kind of gruff, that said that he basically agreed with the assessment of the 3 that spoke out.
Okay, so the bearded dude is the Inquisitor. The guy with the crazy monocle is the
Griswold.
hooded guy. Okay. And right now we're locked up in separate cells.
And so basically you all get separated into separate cells.
I would like to roll a performance check.
With nothing, go for it. I hope you're good at percussion.
Oh, they took our stuff now?
They did.
I'm going to sing Nobody Knows the Trouble I've Seen.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Alright, yeah, you do a pretty good job. You're not great at it. I mean, but you're definitely above par on that. Are you trying to do like Spaceballs reference or right here or what? Awesome.
Probably.
No, I don't. No, I'm not Druish.
Druish?
Awesome. I dig it. So you're like, nobody knows, and you kind of sing like tunes the entire time, like while you're inside of your own cell, and you're not quite bad enough that the rest of the crew is like, shut the fuck up. Just barely, to the point throughout your duration of it. And they escort, in the a few hours later, which is actually not a few, it's more like 12-ish hours later, you all are forced to stand attention and escorted out of your cells and forced outward back into the auditorium. And you see the 7 sitting in front, and Matthew storms in, still kind of wobbly a little bit, but still fully cognizant and ready to defend you all. And there you see Leah sitting across, kind of staring daggers into all of you and Matthew. And you see the gentleman to the right of Mary lean forward and he goes, "Well, judgment has been issued."
So it's hammer time.
And he looks over at Mary and he goes, "Mary, please deliver."
Oh my.
She goes, "On the accusatory position of death to the entire station of South Station, you are found unknown. And therefore, you will go under Inquisitor Zacchaeus for true knowledge of such."
What kind of
That's
shitty
old dude
court
with the
has
beard,
unknown? What kind of shitty court has unknown as a verdict?
As to your identity, you are known by the Templars, Ren and Roland. We know thee, and you are innocent until proven guilty. You are free to move about until Zacchaeus orders and judgment has been found. Flowers and Zeke,
Yes.
you are known to us only by Matthew Blood Dancer's decree, and you are free to move unless and if he deems otherwise. To
Unless
prove-
Matthew does?
Yes, Matthew.
Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
Please see the Inquisitor to prove yourself and Matthew free of all charges. Court is adjourned.
And
At that
Matthew?
point, she holds her hand out and she does this, and immediately you can feel all of your clasps of your handcuffs click and open and drop to the floor behind you.
Oh, she's magic as fuck.
So
I was gonna
nothing
go with
really changed with
majestic.
my handcuffs.
You see the semi-cloaked figure, the gentleman that you've seen the image of on your screen. He leans forward, and you hear him almost whisper, but it's loud enough for all to hear in the room. He goes, "I look forward to meeting all of you."
Rape.
Why can't we just get this over with now?
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah.
I think
He
I'm
goes-
still injured from whatever happened last, so
Some of you are.
yeah, I am. So I'd like to get a.
Roland, would you like to
Some
address
rest.
him openly in front of the court?
I mean, I want him to just check me out now. I have still plenty of health, and I know I'm gonna pass. So
He leans forward, and you see his hands knit in front of him, and you see him bow his head, his cloak fully covering his face, and then when he looks forward, you can almost see into the cowl, the darkness of his hood, the silvery eyes. They seem to burn into you. I need you to roll me a faith check.
well, isn't he just kind of looking into the core of me?
Yes.
Why do I have to?
If you want to
Okay.
fully open anything, you don't have to roll. If you feel
Yeah, no,
there's
he can
nothing
check
to hide.
out. He can check out every
Okay.
tiny little corner.
So
and nook
you
and-
stare directly into him, and you fully open, where you feel this pressure onto you. That seems to be searching into you, and you, instead of resisting, you open yourself up.
I know, assuming he can tell that I'm just kind of meeting him and letting him check
Right.
out every little fucking
Exactly.
tiny bit.
And you hear yourself almost like gasp this second. And from that point, he seems to stand up from the seven, and you seem to tilt your eyes. The rest of you can watch this exchange as this cloaked figure stands up from the seven and steps away from the podiums and moves forward into the middle of the room and then moves forward to Roland. And he seems to lock eyes with Roland the entire time. Roland, you're fully forgiving on this check, right? You're gonna answer anything 100% truthfully.
Yeah, dude can ask me last time I
Okay.
jerked off. I don't care.
Okay. Thank you for that chocolate war reference. What is your position on the existence of humanity?
I don't fully understand the question, I guess.
How do you feel about the existence of humanity as a whole?
I'm pro humanity. I don't.
That's fine.
Yeah, I don't. I like humanity. I think we should win. I don't know.
Have you or will you ever negotiate with a demon?
Yeah. I guess I have to say yes because I told him I'm gonna give him a full answer for everything.
Okay.
Is the Orc King a demon, as far as we know it?
As far
Yeah.
as you understand him.
We're pretty sure he
I want to
is.
say reluctantly. Yeah.
Okay. So, like, in your mind, you kind of give, like, this, like, if you were to give a color, you'd be like, yes, but no, but yes, but
Yeah, like
really
only because I couldn't.
fucking no.
Only because I couldn't stab him in the throat right then.
Right. Okay, so you kind of have this, like, only because I have to, because I feel it's better now than later.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Trying to figure out the perfect way to phrase the third question. Will
What
you
is
ever
this-
give up the integrity of the Templar Order and what it stands for?
My understanding of it, hell no.
At that point, the rest of you can see that he's actually leaning forward, almost like his hands are resting on the table. And you can see when his hands rest up on the table, there seems to be this sizzle of smoke in front of you, drifting between Roland and him, as he's staring probably 2 fingers width away from touching nose to nose with Roland. And at that point, he looks at him, and then he pulls back. He says, "He is a Templar. True
Cool.
and free. Let no man in this room question who he is."
Okay.
So I passed. I'm cool, right?
I
Yeah.
guess you pass.
Roland is free and unjudged. In the
Well, I want to
event.
vouch for my buddies.
Okay, so
Isn't
you
this a
quickly.
separate test
what
for
do you
everybody,
say to the rest of them? About the rest of them?
If you've decided that I am free of suspicion, then you should assume that my friends are as well. I mean, I understand if you want to test them, but I've been with them for quite a while now, and I haven't seen a hint of anything except. Well, maybe check out Biscuits when you guys meet him, but the rest of them seem pretty cool.
Okay.
Biscuits under the bus.
I mean, I would be concerned
That's fair.
about him.
Biscuits is a fair question in the overall context. Does anyone else want to challenge the Inquisitor in front of everyone?
I
Sure.
want to do that. Do you have to do it in front of everyone?
You don't have to.
I'll do it
I
right
will
now.
do it later. I'm gonna do
Just
it
do it
later.
right now.
Flowers
Right, meow.
kind of looks over at Roland. He's like, "Shit, I got this. I mean, no trick. What's your phrase? What do you say to this entire thing besides like, I got this? Do
Go
you have
full
like a
Super Troopers.
speech, or you're totally like fuck it?
Fuck it, we'll do it live. That's my phrase for now.
So you hear Flowers kind of lean forward, and he slaps the back of his chair in handcuffs. And he's like, "Fuck it, we're gonna do it live." And then at that point, he slips his hand from the handcuff and slaps both hands down on the thing separate because he shouldn't be able to. And he like looks daringly into the Inquisitor. Do you contradict the Inquisitor's glare, Flowers?
How do you contradict a glare?
Are you gonna roll against him, or are you gonna allow him to see into you?
That
Sure, he
basically
can
means
see
see if
me.
you can lie to him, right?
Right. Are you questioning his ability to see if you can lie, or are you opening up to him and never questioning him?
If I roll, does it do anything negative if I fail?
It could if you have something to hide. If you feel
Okay, we'll
there's
just-
something to
We'll go
hide
with
against
openness.
him. You're going
We'll go with
full
openness. Fuck it. We'll do it live.
open? Okay. So he quickly almost seems to slide over in front of you, and he slams his hand down directly in front of yours. And he looks at you, and you can feel this voice inside of your head, and he goes, "Are you willing to betray humanity for the greater good?"
No, because humanity is the greater good.
Good answer.
You can feel the of the table underneath your hand, or underneath his hands. And he says, "What extent would you go to for the greater good?"
Oh. That's a tough question. It's...
And mind you, for the rest of you all, you don't hear any of this going on. You only hear Flowers speaking out to him. In these
that's
silvery
fucking
gray
weird.
eyes.
That's super weird.
Great. He's talking to himself again.
So probably whatever it takes to ensure humanity's survival.
That's the answer?
Yep.
The rest of you see, you hear that and his hands sink down a little bit into the table a little bit.
The fuck?
I don't know what's happening.
I'm so confused by this hissing or whatever.
At that point, he lifts his hands and he places them on top of your free hands. And you can feel the heat. It's almost burning. You can almost feel the skin begin to char and bubble underneath of his hands. It's almost pain, but not quite enough that you can't deal with. And he says, "To what level would you betray yourself and humanity to save them?" To what level of corruption would you bring yourself to? What door would you open before it would reach to be too much?
I'd have to stop before I lose sight of the end goal of saving humanity. I don't know how to put that in better words.
To what
Oh, that was
light
good.
would you close your eyes
Pretty
to?
good.
And you can
To
feel
what
the you
light?
can feel the bubble of your skin when he says that, almost like second degree bubbling in pain.
Ew.
To what light?
To what level of light would you blind yourself to?
I don't understand the question. Like, legitimately, as a human being. I don't
Okay,
understand
so
the
he's
question.
basically asking you, to what level of morality are you willing to dissolve your humanity to before you feel that it's okay to save humanity as a whole? And at that point, his basically you're bordering on gray in his mind, and so your skin begins to bubble and boil underneath his hands, at least feeling to your mind. You can feel the judgment boiling on your hands on what do you define the ultimate level that you would stop yourself as to lightness and darkness to humanity.
I have to be able to maintain my own humanity to have the best interest of humanity at heart.
Okay. At that point, he lifts his hands, and you can pull, and you can feel him shriek back, almost pulling back, and you can see. And at that point, for a second, you look down at your hands, and you can feel and see the boils of plasma underneath your skin from like a second-degree burn. And all of a sudden, they seem to, like, when you blink, they disappear. But you can still
The
feel the
fuck?
residue of pain behind
I was
your
about to say,
hands.
if this bitch burnt my hands, I'm about to punch him in the face.
And he says, and he leans forward, and he quickly does like a up, down, right, left, and he looks and he goes, "He is dark, but pure. He is free within the Templar Order. He is one of my order, if he so choose."
So he could become an Inquisitor? If you wanted?
That's what it sounds like.
Whoa, Inquisitor!
Na 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 na.
He looks over at Zeke and Roland. He says, "Two have chosen. Two have stayed. Do you choose to go through with the Inquisition? In front of all to perceive and judge."
I already did that.
Yeah, Roland, you have. Flowers
You
has.
just said Roland.
Oh,
You said Zeke and Roland.
Zeke and Kiro. My bad.
Zeke and me.
Oh, okay.
Zeke and Kiro.
Fuck it. Yeah, let's do it. I know I'm gonna fail.
I would
I'm
like,
gonna super fail.
as she's doing this, I would like to request my saxophone.
So Zeke's like, or Kiro's like, "Fuck it, let's do this," and Zeke's like, "I want my sax." I need. Do you really want to like we've kind of just kind of bullshitted your way through a perception roll, or at least a performance roll. Like, are you really trying to convince people that you deserve your saxophone during this point?
Yeah.
Okay, I need a persuasion check from you, sir.
I am so not
In
persuasive.
the words
Oh,
of ye
jeez.
old 1970 Robin Hood, sit down! So you kind of stand up and you give this boisterous I need my saxophone! And the Inquisitor reaches over and without even looking puts his hand on your shoulder and you feel this kss, and everyone can smell the sizzling of meat.
Ow.
This dude sounds pretty evil himself.
And he shoves you down in your seat and you feel no will but to sit down. And he says, "You deserve your own turn within the Inquisition. But now, during your performance, is not the time. You will get plenty of time to perform in front of judge and jury."
Basically, sit down and shut up.
And at that point, he looks over at Ren. And he says,
Oh, God.
"Child."
This isn't good. I'm dead.
And he reaches forward and he caresses your cheek slightly and combs your hair back. So he's kind of holding your head and he tilts your head to look at him.
Okay.
You are tall.
You
Oh, yeah.
are tall,
I
and you're
forgot.
sitting in a seat, but he's standing, so it's not too difficult.
Okay. I'm that's really fucking creepy, by the way.
Are you resisting his gaze?
If he's caressing my head, yes.
He caressed your
not,
cheek
then
and
what?
pulled back the hair from your face so that he could get a good look into your eyes.
Okay, I will do the starting of a resist, and then I'll kind of be like, all right, let's do this. And
I
then
need a
will-
willpower self-discipline check.
Willpower, self-discipline. Yeah!
Good. He leans forward a little bit, and you feel the pressure on your eyes. And as you try to push backward, it's almost like trying to fight a sinus problem.
Ew.
You
I
feel
know
the
that.
give, and you hear, the three of you can hear a and then you hear him go, "Ha!" as he leans forward. And you can hear to him, and he says, you hear him speak inside of your mind. He says, "What is the darkness within your heart?"
What is the darkness in my heart?
Yep. Answer truthfully. What do you think Ren's character's darkness is?
Anger.
Yeah, anger is probably really, yeah. I'll go with that. maybe like a loss of faith in humanity, maybe.
Okay. So so your first response to your mind is this brilliance of color and anger, and then when it pulls back, it surges forward, and you say a loss of faith within humanity. Like
Yeah,
almost like words.
like it's like really angry. I'm angry
Well, it's a
about
color.
how shit.
It's a color. It bursts forth in a brilliant color, and then when it pulls back, it then reaches forward slowly with that word of a loss of faith within humanity. And you see in your mind this warm peace within you. And then this darkness kind of take over the light. It's almost like darkness around the glow of the light seemed to crush it. And he says, "How far would you go?"
Oh, that's all he says? How far would I go?
Yeah.
Um,
That's the voice that resonates within your skull.
how far would I go? As far as I need to.
Well, that's creepy. That's literally exactly what I was gonna say. You should say, like, to the word.
Okay.
Oh,
so,
really?
So your words crash upon this concept, and quickly, almost buffeting those words, you hear a voice ring out, and it says, "Will you seek redemption?" When the moment you say it says, "Can you seek redemption?"
I feel like I would say something like, it kind of, God, I like just had it and then I lost it. But I feel like I would say something like it depends on the situation, but I would accept my responsibility for my actions. Does that make sense?
Okay.
I don't know if that if that makes sense or not.
You can feel as the hands are caressing the side of your cheek and chin, and the other one pushing the hair back from your face. You can feel this glow, this hum resonate through your skull like a giant bell that rings. The rest of you all can't see this, but you can almost feel it come between this figure and her, and they seem to almost vibrate between the two of us. And quickly he rips his hands from her, and he looks down and goes, "She is a Templar, but she is saddened and does not know her way. She needs assistance. Matthew, she shall not be free, but under your care."
Oh shit.
Matthew looks over at you. "And I need you to roll me an intelligence."
Roll me a romantize roll, please.
I want
Please
you to
love me.
roll me what you think you should roll to convince Matthew to support you and protect you.
The highest number you can roll.
Constitution.
But you
Come
have to
on,
explain it
guys.
to me.
My fighting abilities. My
Okay,
strength.
so your strength, but what in your strength? Climbing, driving, intimidation, jumping, might, or smithing?
I have smithing and might, so either one of those. I guess
Might.
I don't want to that
It'd
sounds
probably
like
be
I'm
might.
intimidating him though to support me, or
no,
is this just
you're saying look at how much use I could be to the Templars. Like I could kill all these demons with all this
This
fighting
is
ability.
basically you're defining yourself to Matthew on your capabilities and need, basically like why the Templars need you and why you need the Templars. You can kind of switch it any which way. So you could say, like, I'm weak, I need the Templars, see how weak I am. Or you could say, like, I'm strong, the Templars need me, look at how strong I am.
God, I'm almost kind of like in the place where I'm like, I don't need the Templars, but that's like against my character.
No,
I'm
that's
gonna
very
go
with your character. Let's not fuck with this. I mean, this is real
What?
for your character. I mean, the rest of everyone can agree. Your character has been very borderline with Templars.
It's true.
So this is a pivotal moment for your character.
And my character started out not as a Templar too.
And
It
then
was just
went
like
with the
wandering
Templars,
around,
but
so.
really didn't go with the Templars.
Yeah.
So if you want to, I mean, this is a pivotal moment for your character. Do you want to resist the Templar order, but still say that you're a good human being?
Yes, that's kind of how I feel with it. Like,
Then I would say that you should still go for strength might.
I would like the support of the Templars, but it's not like a.
But okay, so I'd still say that there's a strength might, because that's what you kind of are. Is just your character is strong, and you have this power, this physical power.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah,
don't
I'm
believe in the
physically strong,
faith.
but I'm like, mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
okay.
so roll me a strength might.
Oh please, what did I roll? Oh, that's not good.
Matthew looks over,
Ew.
and he looks at you, and he goes, "Oh child, you will be free this day, but you cannot run from the faith forever." And you feel him, and he touches from the inside of your cheek down to the side of your lip, and the other inside of your cheek, basically from eyes to corners of lips. He touches one and then the other. And you can feel almost like he's running teardrops down your face. And then he touches your head and he says, "You are free, but your soul is not. Rest within the Lord." And then he steps back. And from that point, you see the old man with the bald head, and he leans forward and he goes, "Well, the Inquisition..."
This is Deckard?
Yeah, this is Deckard.
Sorry.
"The Inquisition is over. You are free. We have nothing to fear. Go now, in peace. May the Lord bless you and keep you."
Yeah, we don't have any clothes at all.
At that point, the old man
Oh.
leans back.
You're ruining my immersion, Steven!
Did I miss Ren getting executed?
You missed Ren getting blessed by the order.
I like how that was your thought. Just, yeah, she's
I mean,
dead.
I come back and see a 12.
It's true. A might
was-
check, a strength check of 12.
I was expecting her to be spit down by lightning.
At that point, he leans
I'm
back.
actually a little surprised I haven't been struck by lightning. Oh shit.
And
Okay.
he looks over at Matthew, and she goes,
I'm
"She is
kinda
under your
confused.
care. She is free."
He sounds a little Sean Connery-ish.
That's the best I can do. Fuck you. And,
Who has
and
the best Deckard Cain voice? I obviously can't.
Yeah,
do it.
let's hear it, motherfuckers. Now that
Who's
the
Deckard
session's
Cain?
almost
Is it
over,
Blade
give me your
Runner?
best Deckard Cain voice.
No, Deckard Cain's from Diablo. He's the dude that
Diablo
like
1 and 2.
I never played
Stay a
that
while
shit.
and listen
he's
I
in
got
the
nothing.
beginning of Diablo 3 too.
until he dies.
Spoiler alert! Jeez.
Spoilers, you dick.
Pika
I don't
looks
think
like
it
he's
deserves a
saying
spoiler
things,
after like 4 years.
but- Is Pika
Spoilers,
saying?
you dick.
No. Okay. He's
Too
making mouth.
soon.
I haven't even
Okay.
played the first one.
John,
Neither
I just
have I.
listened to Michael Gow doing his voice, and you're not that far off. It kind of just sounds like a vaguely Sean Connery-ish voice.
It is. It really is.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Still
that's
wild.
now officially Deckard Cain in this story.
Just the way a mother likes it.
That's the way your mother likes it. Okay, and with that, we will end the session, unfortunately, for tonight.
Oh, I thought Zeke was doing it too.
Oh, did Zeke, we not do it? I thought you were resisting. Weren't you resisting?
I asked for my saxophone.
Yeah. Were you?
Oh,
Were you gonna?
I thought you
resist?
were doing your
We'll
thing
continue. If you want to face the court.
There's an audience. Why wouldn't I?
Very true, sir.
He is a performer. Yeah.
though. Hells yeah, I'm gonna stay for this.
Zeke, how do you challenge the Inquisitor that has just seared? And so you guys know, when you hear those two into the tables from Flowers, he's literally leaving black hand imprints into the wood.
Can somebody investigate him? That really sounds demonic.
Yeah, if you guys want to roll a perception check against him.
Sure, I will.
I'm curious now.
Ha!
Curiosity's
Roland,
gonna
I'll
kill this
give you a
guy.
+1.
Okay, let me get to my
So
character.
perception.
I think I'm free
Ooh.
for now, but yeah, I'm under watch basically.
Okay.
Yes, she's
I think that's how.
basically she's under the responsibility of Matthew. And that Matthew is responsible for her. So any
And
terrible
everybody is
decisions
like
she
officer.
creepy touchy-feely with my face. I'm not a fan
So
of that.
Ren and Ben are the highest. They're the same. Roland doesn't roll very high. Well, at least comparative to the two of them. So yeah, you guys don't discern much from him beyond the fact that you feel that there's more to him than the normal human being perception. Yeah, I mean,
He's not
you
a-
feel that he literally, you have this feeling where, his gaze reached inside of your soul and chilled it for a moment to discern your being or concept.
You still want to get searched out tonight, Zach?
Well, Zeke doesn't know all this. He's seen and heard kind of these things in front of Flowers. He put his hands down on the table like Flowers because he slipped his hands out, and he burned his handprints into the table in front of Flowers. And Zeke's seen all this, and he's standing up for performance right now.
Let's boogie.
Are you gonna perform this entire situation?
Oh,
Do it. Do it, please.
Why not? Sure.
Okay, so this isn't with an instrument, but this is the entertainer mentality where you face down an audience knowing what they want to see and perform adequately with a 14. Okay.
I haven't rolled anything.
Oh, that's Flowers. Never mind. Roll for me.
Still
with
a
a
14.
Weird. Yeah.
No change.
What do you say after seeing the whole exchange between Ren, where there is this judgment that has wavered between players or people between you and them? She's kind of failed almost comparative to the other two.
Yep.
If I don't make this through this, take my saxophone back home.
Is that's what you say when you stand up and kind of lean forward and stare to his eyes?
Yep.
Okay. He matches you, and he shifts over. He almost glides, like his feet don't move, and he stands in front of you, and he slams his hand down in front of you, almost moving your eyes from his gaze to yours to look down at his hands. And he says, "What is your deepest dream?"
To be a musician and perform at the Palace Ballroom in Chicago.
Almost immediately after he says, "Why not the survival of humanity?"
That's just a plus if they can watch me there.
You feel a sizzle of your brain at that point. And for the rest of the three of you, you can feel his hand, the Inquisitor's hands, which suddenly snatch out at some point. They sink into the table and sizzle. And he looks into Zeke's eyes and he says, "Why do you not truly care about other lives than your own?"
That isn't true. I care very much for those around me. I do what I can to protect them.
I need you to do a self-discipline check for me real quick. You hear a but the table doesn't sink for the rest of you. And he said, and quickly he recoils back. The Inquisitor does. Those staring gray eyes into the rest of you. And the rest of you have seen these eyes peer into your soul, and you've opened your soul to them. And quickly he draws back his head, and you can fully see him into the light that you see the image in front of you on, obviously, Roll20. And he looks at Zeke and he goes, "He is the darkest of them all, but he is also the most truthful. He is free."
Dun dun dun.
And he pauses and he goes, "Till now. For now."
Till now.
Till now.
Yeah, I fucked that up. For now. And that is where we shall end tonight. That is 11:09. I know some of you have work tomorrow morning.
Yep.
And we will end it. And thank God you all didn't have to deal with Biscuits tonight, because that shit would have went sideways.
So much sideways. It would have been really hilarious, though.
So as it stands, I'm free to go. Zach and Nate are probably not quite as free because they're not Templars, but they're not under suspicion, and Kiro is on probation.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That is basically the end situation for the night. You are free to move within the Templar stronghold, the capital of the Templars, to do as you will under these circumstances, and find out and deal with all that you have available to you. You have met a multiple of major characters within the series to ask and request things as you so need as of next session. Because you all and I converse between now and then, I will try to answer things that aren't of major catalyst to the story, but feel free, and if I can answer it, I will. If I can't, I won't.
Dun dun dun.
Mainly, I expect Steven to ask me something between now and then.
I always try to.
Yeah, you do.
Dun dun dun.
And maybe Biscuits will show up at some point and we can have some hilarity. Originally, I expected him to show up at some point during this, but, c'est la vie.
I mean, I'm assuming the second the Inquisitor got his hands on him, he would have failed pretty miserably.
Well, he would have had to open up some serious fucking juju to explain what's going on.
I think seriously, I'm just surprised that we had this kind of scenario without him, to be honest.
Yeah. Well,
there's blood everywhere.
I mean, to be fair, and I'll say this like openly among the stream and stuff, is like this was very Ren oriented. I mean, to be honest, lightly Zeke, because like Zeke kind of had like an obscure section of this, but also very Biscuits. Those were like the three people I was really trying to triangle into this situation. I mean, like I figured Roland would kind of pass us with flying colors.
Yeah, that's why I was so cool with getting checked out.
Yeah, exactly. And you were very cool. You're like, fuck it, I don't even contest this. But that's also why, like, I asked, you know, like, I'm like, with a character like Biscuits, he'd be like, oh no, I'm gonna fucking resist this shit, #roll, you know, like, kind of thing. And the result would have been cool, and like, he could have kind of divulged who he was, or what he was, or how did he do things and stuff. based on the
What do you
rule.
mean what he was? We know he's a person, right?
Right, but like, I mean, his beliefs are kind of fucked up. Like, he's kind of like, I want everybody to die. Fuck you all,
He's
you
a-
know.
He's a clown. That's what he is.
Yeah, but he's a fucking twisted clown. I mean, he's a clown nightmare. So, you know, that kind of thing. But, like, also the characters, I mean, all of you kind of had to go through this, like, I have to kind of identify myself, which was good. I mean, we kind of had one of those with, like, the Inquisitor and the Nightmare situation. But, like, that was kind of like a overall arcing thing, where this Inquisitor was, like, just straight up like, I'm a truthful Inquisitor, I'm a Templar Inquisitor, you have to tell me the right answer, even if it's, you know, I need to know the shade of white, even if it's technically gray, you know, kind of thing. So, he asks you these very straight questions, he's like, I want to know the answer, tell me the fucking answer, you know, kind of thing. And if you tried to lie to him, I'd be like, no, you didn't roll to contest that, you have to tell me what's true. Kind of thing. So, and that was like the whole like staring out of the table thing, was like how dark you were, blah 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 blah. But yeah, it wasn't like a very active session per se. I mean, we didn't do a super whole lot tonight, but really it's to get you inside the Templar base for things to happen. Because it's the Templar base and lots can happen within there. You know, you guys kind of have a free reign. It's a major city. I mean, it's basically a capital. So
Underground.
Oh yeah, underground. But I mean, there's a lot that you know about this place. You know that the swords, the angelic swords get sent here. You know the pages get sent here. You know that there's the trouble over in South Station that you guys were slightly involved in, which you aren't proved of your innocence, but you're at least alleviated of, you know, on probation from. You know, you have this character that doesn't know what's going on with you, that's probably going to be watching you, that's a major, you know, person within the Templars. And so there's a lot going on, and you guys can kind of play that how you feel you want to, or how you wish. But I'm just kind of laying those out, and that's why I kind of wanted to do the portraits, is so like it's never like fully overlapping or underlapping, so like you can see these characters and portraits and be like, oh right, that's the fucking bitch that tried to get me arrested, you know, kind of thing. So like it's constantly there, you know, like immediately all of you are like, oh fuck, Abigail totally fucking ratted my ass out.
Is that what we think happened?
Well, originally that's what you guys thought happened, is that Abigail, when you guys got arrested, every one of you was like, oh, Abigail, you're so, or, you know, Abigail did this, Ren, you're so boned. Hasn't happened
Not
yet.
I'm surprised he didn't like read my memories or something and saw the whole Earl King business and said something about that, but
I thought he did, and he was just cool with the way we handled it.
maybe. I don't know. He didn't ask outright, so I'm like, all right, whatever.
Well, that's all part of it too, is now that you know that Matthew's alive, I mean, that's a major introduction of plot. This character that you thought was dead is currently alive and kicking. Not 100%. I mean, he's wearing bandages and shit, but he's there, and he's a major mojo player of the situation. So how you play with him matters.
So
Didn't he
So they don't think we killed all of South Station, right?
They don't believe that you killed South Station. You have proven under Inquisition that you are true and free under the truth of it all. However, some of you possess dark intent.
Yeah, Roland.
Oh, I'm just so evil.
Yeah, you holy fag. You know. And so it's been aware to everyone there and within yourselves, the situation from the Inquisitor's point of view.
Did you just say thine?
Thine.
Within thine selves.
Didn't they basically abandon Matthew to die?
Well, he told us to run.
He did kind of sacrifice.
Yeah,
himself.
but I mean, every hero says that. They don't mean it.
He told Red
Well,
twice.
they
I tried to stay.
yes and no. I mean, that'll be
Well,
a situation that
you
we
weren't
introduce
technically
next
there,
time.
But
No, I have no idea what happened.
yeah,
Right, yeah,
that
you
was.
don't. But you will.
I almost got myself and him killed because I refused to leave, and he was like, "What the fuck? Get out!"
Oh, so
That's
it really
it,
was
life.
get out of here.
Yeah,
It was.
yeah.
It was.
Oh, that
She
makes
had
me feel
like
better.
3 health left or something like that.
She fought
Oh,
until
yes.
3 health, and then she ran.
I'm assuming at the start of next week we can kind of increase our health.
Yeah, once
we're all
you're
wounded.
you're available into the city, things will go on and things will happen. But this was a major introduction to
Yeah.
a major portion of the world, and also to kind of explore the morality of your characters.
Next week I want to buy a bigger shield. I don't care about my morality.
Okay, we can do that. You want to speak to Griswold, the grizzled man on the council?
That also from Diablo? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Diablo 1 and 2.
Okay.
He was a
I was
bad
like,
guy.
wasn't that the? I was like, was that the blacksmith? Because I can't remember.
Yep, that was a blacksmith. I had to add an extra character to like the Diablo 2 montage. So he was 1, 2. You killed
Good
him
choice.
in 2.
Oh, I never played Diablo 2. Thanks for the spoiler.
Hashtag spoilers!
It's like 11 years old now.
God.
I'm allowed at this point.